Good morning, everybody. This is Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest. Today, we are going to be talking about Trials of Reckoning. We're going to be talking about bonus units, synergy, good non-bonus units, map layout, boss stats, enemies, team comps, espers, and some compositions that I'm planning on running and compositions that were successful in JP. Let's go ahead and dig in. Now, first and foremost, if you are a new player, do know that you can probably clear this, or at least work towards clearing it a little bit. It's not the most diehard, important piece of gear in the game, and it's going to be difficult if you're new to get the +5 version, so don't sweat it if you can't do this, because a lot of the Trials of Reckoning content is geared towards players who are a little more advanced, have a little bit more time on their hands, right? People who are a little more invested in the game for a longer period of time. So you're going to need a variety of units and a variety of compositions to be successful. Now, out of all the bonus units, there's kind of 3 good synergy categories that I've come through with. That's going to be the lightning synergy composition, which I'll be honest, Charlotte does not bring much to this Trials of Reckoning, and I actually think you should just forego lightning entirely. There is the earth synergy composition and the water synergy composition. A lot of the JP strategies involve water synergy. On the global side, though, we do have Summer Lilith that was not a bonus unit on the JP side, and also Summer Ketone that was not a bonus unit on the JP side. So we're going to keep that in mind as we are going forward. First and foremost, though, we should probably talk about some synergies, what these units bring to the table, and what you should be looking for. Looking at just our really good bonus units first, Charlotte, Moraga, Ildira, and Summer Ketone. These units are really good, but they are only DPS. They're very selfish, right? Ildira is probably the most important bonus unit in the game to bring, since she can one-shot 2 of the ads in the beginning, which is really important, since the ads do have slash attack down for your units, so it's important to one-shot those. But other than that, these units are selfish in that they're really only, gonna deal damage. They're not going to contribute to the party too much. Whereas on the other side, you have more Summer Lilith and Corwell, where Moore is going to decrease the water resistance 38% with his LB. Summer Lilith has the capability to lower defense, and with her LB, lower magic or missile resistance 38%. And Corwell, while not really being able to contribute anything physically, does have access to AoE abilities, which do dispel buffs and haste, which is not the most important thing, but we are going to be going up against some earth ads, so he will be able to AoE the ads down. Now, some other units that are not bonus units that I do think could be really good: Ketone, Ziza, and Shadow Lynx. Running any of these units, they do have single target hit resistance down, which could be a really powerful buff, particularly if you're running an earth composition. I think fitting Ketone in could be very powerful. Running Black Rose Helena, the capability to decrease spirit and deal high amounts of damage. The Phoenix enemy is weak to magic, and a lot of the compositions I see really relied on chaining, and I really think this boss could probably be taken down by dealing high base single hit damage from all units, right? So that would be like going for a magic formation. You'll see in the JP formation, they tended to lean towards water element. They'll either use like slash or some like mixed rainbow comp. I really think we in global, just with the extra VCs that we have with, some of the other units that we have, we could probably go for a soul magic build and take out this opponent. You could also, with that, put in Kilfei for magic resistance 38% down. And if you're really wanting to push the earth composition, which I do think is viable, you could run Eileen for the decreased earth resistance 38% off her LB as well, right? So there's kind of 2 directions you can go. I think that there is a world where you run a missile and a magic composition to try and clear this. Between more lowering water resistance 38%, Summer Lilith lowering defense and lowering missile resistance, I think the missile units and the magic units might actually just be able to all kind of conglomerate together and deal some massive amounts of damage. But again, it's Trials of Reckoning, and we are going for the score, so it's going to be very dependent on what's effective, what's fastest. And it's very likely that we're going to be running some type of mono element team that's going to optimize this, right? And of course, Slash is capable and confident of clearing this as well. You're going to see one of the JP compositions does in fact involve Gilgamesh, which is no surprise. Now, some things to consider here, looking at the map layout, you do have Phoenix here, and one big thing to consider about Phoenix is Nether Beast, which is pretty normal, but Phoenix is also a bird enemy. So when you are looking at your espers, you do need to consider Bird Killer. For example, Summer Lilith, a lot of people would be like, well, Golem's going to be her best esper, but actually running Odin with Bird Killer is going to give her a lot more agility, and it's going to be on par with running Golem, essentially, right? So overall, Odin would be better on her for this. The Marliths up here are a little dangerous in the fact that they do have slash attack damage down 50. So if you are running a slash comp to try and clear this, these Marliths are going to run forward, slash attack down you, and that will ruin your day and probably ruin your run. So the most important thing we have to do is deal with these Marliths on the top here. And that's where Ildira comes in. As long as you have Water Gust set, Ildira can hit both of these starting Malboros, both of these starting Marliths and one-shot them. So Ildira is very important if you are running a slash composition. Arguably, I would say she's important for any type of auto composition here. Now, we do have Cactars here. Now, the Cactars do have Paralyze, so there's that to keep in mind. There was no information about 1,000 needles or 10,000 needles, and I feel like they are probably going to do that. Keep that in mind. Now, the Root Knights over here, slash, whatever they are also Earth Element, and they're also going to buff up, kind of less of a concern. The reason I put Corwell over here, my goal with my Corwell is my Corwell's going to run up here, and he will at least be able to AoE the bird and one of these down, and when the other one runs up, he'll be able to AoE that one down. That's kind of my goal with Corwell. One of the things I'm a little cautious with, which might make me put Corwell right here, would be is if he is in range of this unit right away, he might move forward, not buff with bells, and just shoot this unit. Very similar to the Trials of Reckoning issue we had previously, where there was like one spot where your unit would reliably use bells. Like, it might be a situation where you need to initial deploy your units for the best auto formation, and you're initial deploying 4 of them down here because they're just out of range of the enemies, and so they're gonna use their buffs, right? So there is that to consider when you are looking at the layout and the mission as well. Mostly, this page just has all of the information here. Cactars are going to inflict Paralyze with a counter ability. Marliths, if you don't take care of them, they do have the slash attack down 50. They also have Blind and Petrify on their counter, Petrify on their counter, Blind on their regular attack. Just take care of them. It's not hard. Everybody has Ildira, and if you don't have Ildira, you should be leveling Ildira because she is free from friend points. So make sure you have an Ildira to handle that. Talking about Phoenix in particular, Phoenix, pretty standard, does have re-raise. Another important thing with Phoenix is Phoenix does have access to a 25% chance to stun. So if you do have chocolate flan earrings, if you have a unit that's acting as like a wall, the stun is a 3x3 square. So if there's a unit in physical range of Phoenix, you're going to want to have chocolate flan earrings to resist the stun. Now, Phoenix does have 30% resistance to pierce, and in a lot of the JP formations, they do actually bring pierce units, which I think is really interesting, considering Phoenix has 30% resistance to pierce. Does 5% weakness to slash and missile, but 15% resistance to magic. Also, Phoenix is 20% susceptible to slow. So if you do find a way to land slow on Phoenix, that is going to be an advantage as well. You can also, of course, steal time if you are manualing, but I know a lot of people watching this video are really concerned about trying to auto Phoenix down. Important note too, Phoenix has 15 defense and 5 spirit, so just keep that in mind. Finally, people are probably wondering, what are the compositions people are running? What are the compositions I'm running? You can see the 2 compositions up here, one from Hamigemu and one from Stonemont. Both of their videos will be linked down below in the description. They both kind of utilize Ildira as that wiping out of the ads, or that ad obliterator. Stonemont definitely went for a slash composition composition. So you can see running Gilgamesh, Rain, Moraga, and Corwell. Then Hamigemu went for a water formation, utilizing Moraga as the bonus unit. You can see he literally just has Moraga here for the bonus. His Moraga is level 1. So things to consider there. He did go for Water Slash, so keep that in mind. For my composition, you can see I actually don't have all of these units leveled, and I'm planning on going for more Ildira, Bikini Lilith, Bikini Ketone at 99, and Corwell at 89. And I'm planning on running Odin on Bikini Lilith for, again, that bird killer, which is to keep in mind. If you're wondering what other espers have bird killer, Shiva, which keep in mind, Shiva 3-star is coming out. So putting Shiva 3-star on Bikini Ketone or another mage element unit could be potentially really powerful for you. So putting Shiva on Bikini Ketone here was very intentional. Also, if you have Kraken or Leviathan, a lot of people are probably gonna say, well, what about Nether Beast Killer? Well, you know, you could do that with Fenrir, but honestly, Kraken and Leviathan both have access to Fire Killer and Water Attack Up. So actually, while they aren't water-based espers, they are actually going to be like, or water magic espers, they are still going to be the best espers to actually put on Ildira and more, right? Because the modifiers you're going to get from, in particular, Leviathan, right? With Water Attack Up, Fire Killer, and Nether Beast Killer. You're going to stack it up right there. And then Kraken is going to have Water Attack Up and Fire Killer. So definitely keeping in mind some of those things. Other units that could fit in here, I do think Christmas Ramada, Tidus, or Glaciella you could make work if you're running for a mono water composition. I honestly am really confused why we don't, like, why when I was looking up auto clear compositions on this, I didn't see a lot of magic users. I'm really confused by that. I feel like a magic clear comp would be the easiest way to go about this. I'm also really interested because Severo EX was not mentioned at all. And if you're going for a water clear comp, you could do like Miranda, Severo, Kilfey for the magic attack resistance down, Dark Rose Helena for the spirit down. If you want to go mono element, you could go Miranda, Severo, like, you know, Ildira. Like, you could just kind of go that direction. So it's really interesting to me that we didn't see a magic-based composition for clearing this. And I think that's really going to be the way to go, is that it's either going to be a mono water, like magic clear comp with like Black Rose Helena or Kilfey in there, potentially Corwell for the bonus, or we're going to see some type of rainbow formation utilizing multiple resistance down abilities in order to max damage from just like random ass attacks, if that makes sense. So you can see here, I even have all elements attacked up as one of my VCs in my composition here. So lots of interesting things to think about, lots of interesting things to utilize and wonder. I do plan on replacing Ketone with Moraga, but again, Ketone might serve better than Moraga because I am running 2 water units or 2 magic units already. So it might be better just to have Ketone in here so that I can use the Soul Flare or Mind Flare vision card so that I can give Fire Eater up to my other water units. So lots to think about. I'll definitely have cleared this by the time I do my news video later today. So that'll probably be like 4:30 this afternoon, assuming that my internet installation or a fiber optic installation doesn't just destroy our internet for days. So I'll definitely give you guys an update on my Trials of Reckoning formation in my news video. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much. If you do want to support me, make sure you go to dig.gs/coins if you are planning on purchasing Charlotte or any other unit. And I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. See you later.